Match week 12 of the Premier League has come to an end, and it was the first match week back from the international break. This weekend we saw a lot of 2-0, 3-0, even 4-0 victories in the Premier League. And it's a time of the year when the top teams are just going to show that they are a class above the rest of the league. There are so many things to talk about in this video, so much so I could have had 12 or maybe even 13 points in this video, but obviously I've compiled it down to 10. But there is one thing I want to talk about before we do head into the 10 things we learned from this Premier League weekend, match week 12. It was the October awards in the Premier League. The October Player of the Month did go to Manchester City's Leroy Sané. I did give you guys my prediction a couple of videos back, and I said Sané would go ahead and win that award. And also the October Manager of the Month in the Premier League was Pep Guardiola, so it was a Manchester City double. And you can't argue with that. Manchester City have been incredible this Premier League season. They had an incredible month, and they've just had an incredible season so far. But it's time to head into the video. It's time to review and give you guys the results from match week 12 of the Premier League. Today, I've got 10 things we learned from this Premier League weekend, match week 12. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you go ahead and click that like button, subscribe. If you are new to the channel, make sure you also click on the notification button and become a part of the notification squad. Number 10, North London is red. Arsenal won their first North London derby over Tottenham Hotspur in 7 attempts with a 2-0 win at the Emirates Stadium. The hosts took the lead on 36 minutes when Mustafi, on his return from injury, met Mesut Ozil's free kick from a towering header. The Gunners doubled their lead 5 minutes later when Alexis Sanchez scored for himself to make it 2-0 Arsenal. And heading into halftime, Arsenal were confident high, 2-0 up in North London derby. Arsenal just shut down Spurs in this game. There was no threat from Harry Kane, Dele Alli at all in this game, but in the second half, Sanchez almost made it 3-0, but it was a good save from Hugo Lloris, and a win in the North London derby makes it Arsenal's 11th consecutive home Premier League victory, and they are only 1 point behind Tottenham Hotspur. Number 9, Bournemouth walk away 4-0 winners. So this was a result that I was really shocked by. A Callum Wilson hat-trick earned 10-man Bournemouth a 4-0 win over Huddersfield Town at the Vitality Stadium. Wilson headed in his first goal from a Jordan Ibe corner on 26 minutes before doubling his tally from an Andrew Sermon's free kick. Cherry's defender, Simon Francis, was sent off for a second yellow on the stroke of half time. But that did not affect Bournemouth at all, as Harry Arter added a third on 70 minutes and Wilson combined with Joshua King to complete his hat-trick late on. Bournemouth's victory moves them up into 13th position. They were down in the relegation zone only a couple weeks ago. Back-to-back wins has brought them up into 13th, 2 points adrift of Huddersfield Town in 11th. Number 8, another win for Burnley. Burnley picked up their first ever win over Swansea City, beating them 2-0 at Turf Moor, and Burnley continue a great run in the Premier League so far this season. Jack Cork gave the hosts the lead on 29 minutes with a fine header from Robbie Brady's cross. Burnley went 2-0 up only 5 minutes later before half time, with a lapse in concentration from Swansea allowed Jeff Hendrick to pass for Ashley Barnes to smash it in from distance. Wilfred Boney came on as a substitute after the break and missed a chance to pull one back before Tammy Abraham also squared an opportunity before going off injured. Burnley are now 7th in the table, while a 4th consecutive defeat leaves Swansea 19th and 2 points from safety. Number 7, De Bruyne's Thunderstrike put City past Leicester. Goals from Gabriel Jesus and an incredible weak foot goal from Kevin De Bruyne on his left foot earned Manchester City a 2-0 win over Leicester City. Jesus broke Leicester's resistance on the stroke of half time as it was easily set up from David Silva. City went 2-0 up on 49 minutes after launching a counter-attack from a goal line clearance from Silva from Harry Maguire's shot. Pep Guardiola's men surged upfield and De Bruyne thrashed a strike past Kasper Schmeichel from range. Manchester City 9 points clear at the top of the table. Number 6, Liverpool put 3 past Southampton. Mohamed Salah went top of the Premier League scoring charts with 2 goals for Liverpool in a 3-0 win over Southampton. The Egyptian opened the scoring on 32 minutes at Anfield when he curled in from the edge of the box. It was 2-0 before half-time as Salah latched onto Philippe Coutinho's through ball to take his tally to 9 goals for the season. Southampton went closest through Ryan Bertrand's free kick, but Coutinho completed the scoring on 68 minutes, converting on the rebound after Fraser Forster had saved from Roberto Firmino's shot. Liverpool are 5th after Jurgen Klopp's first Premier League victory over the Saints, and talking about the Saints, Southampton, they drop to 14th. Number 5. Chelsea dominate West Brom away. Eden Hazard scored twice as Chelsea secured their 4th consecutive Premier League win with a 4-0 victory over West Brom. The Blues went ahead on 17 minutes when Hazard's shot was parried by Ben Forster for Alvaro Morata to score his 8th goal for the season. It was 2-0 on 23 minutes when Morata turned provider, flicking the ball to Hazard, who rounded Forster to finish. Marcus Alonso added a third 7 minutes before halftime from a Cesc Fabregas free kick, and Fabregas then provided his 2nd assist of the match and 110th of his Premier League career, playing in Hazard to make it 4-0 on 62 minutes. The win sends Chelsea into 3rd position of the table as Spurs drop down into 4th and West Brom are in 17th. Number 4. Pulis out. West Brom have confirmed that they have sacked their manager, Tony Pulis, a manager who has never been relegated. Pulis was dismissed on Monday morning after talks with chairman John Williams as the strugglers took action following a horrid run of only 2 wins from 21 games stretching back to last season. He becomes the 5th top flight casualty of the campaign, the manager being sacked. And even though he has never been relegated after 1,000 games as manager, he has now copped the sack. Number 3. Manchester dominate at Old Trafford. Manchester United looked so good in this game at Old Trafford. Paul Pogba returned, scored and provided an assist, with Manchester United earning a 4-1 comeback win over Newcastle United. Dwight Gale became the first opponent to score at Old Trafford in this Premier League season when he put Newcastle 1-0 up. But it was Paul Pogba's cross who allowed Anthony Martial to head in the equaliser on 37 minutes before Chris Smalling converted Ashley Young's centre in first half stoppage time. After the break, Pogba tapped in from Marcus Rashford's knockdown before going off in the 70th minute. Soon after, Lukaku slammed in the 4th and Zlatan Ibrahimovic returned from injury to a standing ovation late on. The win puts United 2nd in the table and Newcastle United sit 11th. Number 2, Zlatan and Pogba return. So these were 2 returns that put the whole Premier League on notice. Zlatan Ibrahimovic returned for the first time this season for Manchester United, helping them get the 4-1 win. Yes, he did get subbed on late on. Obviously, he's returning from his injury. His age is a factor, and Jose Mourinho, Manchester United, they're just going to slowly bring him back into the game. Not going to rush him out there. Paul Pogba did return and he played outstanding, scoring a goal, providing an assist. And with those 2 returns, it's going to be vital that they play well and that they return on form because United have to catch City. And number 1, not a good start for Moyes. David Moyes' first match in charge for West Ham United ended in defeat as Will Hughes and Richarlison gave Watford a 2-0 victory at home. Hughes scored his first Premier League shot to put Watford ahead on 11 minutes, while the Hornets goalkeeper Gomez denied Kouyaté and then produced a superb double save to save Arnautovic's chance. Kouyaté fired over at the start of the second half, but Watford doubled their lead on 64 minutes when Richarlison finished a counter-attack. The visitors went close to pulling a goal back, but Lanzini's shot was cleared off the line, and it ended Watford's run of 3 straight defeats. The Hornets moved to 8th position, while David Moyes' side remain in the bottom 3 with 9 points from 12 games. And we run through the results from match week 12 of the Premier League to open it up. In the North London derby, Arsenal picked up a 2-0 win over Tottenham. Bournemouth had a 4-0 win over Huddersfield. Burnley defeated Swansea 2-0. Bottom place Crystal Palace and Everton played a 2-2 draw. Manchester City defeated Leicester City 2-0 away. At home, Liverpool defeated Southampton 3-0. Chelsea defeated West Brom 4-0. United had a 4-1 win at Old Trafford over Newcastle United. Watford had a 2-0 win over West Ham. And the last game before match week 12 was a pretty entertaining draw between Brighton and Hove Albion. Stoke City, they played a 2-2 draw. And we take a look at the Premier League table to end off this video. Manchester City still sit 8 points clear at the top of the table. They're on 34 points. Second is Manchester United on 26. Third is Chelsea. They've jumped into third, as Spurs have dropped down into fourth with 23 points. Just behind them, 1 point behind them, are 3 teams level on points. That is Arsenal, Burnley and Liverpool. Mid-table we see Brighton and Hove Albion, Huddersfield, Newcastle, Leicester City, and down in the relegation zone, Crystal Palace, Swansea, West Ham. Just above them by 1 point is West Brom, and they are looking for a new manager as they have decided to sack Tony Pulis. And that is the 10 things we learned from this Premier League weekend, match week 12. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you all on my next video.